What's up, y'all? Welcome to Carolina Takedown Talk, episode number 28. We are a North Carolina wrestling podcast that is brought to you by Carolina's Matt News. Mr. Frank Smithwick doing awesome things in our wrestling community.
Also brought to you by the newest partner of Carolina Takedown Talk, Chain Wrestling. Go check out chainwrestling.co right now. Type in Carolina State 22 whenever you go to checkout. Get a 15% discount on the whole site. All right, we are super excited to work with Chain Wrestling. They are a company it's a new company in the wrestling world. They're ran by two Iowa State wrestlers right now. They put out some really awesome gear. They've got a few big athletes: Trent Hilger, Joel Devine, Jordan Decatur, Ridge Lovett, Richard Perry, Austin Gomez, Alex Thompson, and Marcus Coleman are all signature athletes for Chain Wrestling. We really love a lot of their stuff. A few really cool hoodies. The starting line, I think, is probably both of our favorite.
Yeah, the starting line crew neck sweatshirt is sick. I love it. I'm going to get me one. Like Rhett said, head over to chainwrestling.co. Type in that code Carolina State 22. You can get 15% off that starting line one. Jordan, we were talking off air. Jordan Decatur's stuff is sweet.
Yeah.
I like his stuff a lot.
And also soon, hopefully next week, there'll be a Carolina Takedown Talk page on there where at any time you can go and check out and pick up your own Carolina Takedown Talk gear from Chain Wrestling. Again, super excited to have them a part of our crew and a part of growing wrestling in the state of North Carolina.
Yeah, we're super excited for this partnership. It's going to be awesome. And Chain Wrestling is created by athletes, for athletes, cultivated for the uncommon, and apparel for the everyday grind. So if you're looking for that apparel for your everyday wear at wrestling, like we said, the stuff is sick. Head on over to their website.
All right, now let's get into this.
State Duals is going off, man. Yes. We've been busy men, right? Number one, personal life. Rhett Hoy, surgery yesterday. It ended up being like 5 hours, right?
Yeah, it ended up being 5 hours.
5 hours, extensive surgery. I asked him about 50 times if he really was okay to shoot this episode, and he's here toughing out. He's in pain.
Let's do this.
But he's ready.
Grind don't stop, okay? But the grind doesn't stop. It is state dual finals week.
And we've been busy with 2 days out. Our podcast, right? Well, Monday night, we did the episode last week, right? Trying to pump up state duals, and we were all over social media on night one, which is the hardest night to track down duals because there's so many sites.
So many going on.
Then 2 nights ago, we were on with Jason Fulmore, Southeast Wrestle, previewing the Elite 8 and the semis round, right? Yep. So late night for us there. And here we are again, ready to talk about the finals that are about to pop off on Saturday. And we want to recap what's happened already on Wednesday night. There's a lot to dig into and talk about. So let's kick it off with 3A.
Yes.
And I say we start with the Union Pines quad. Okay. Right, out of the East, Union Pines. We both made that prediction. So, congrats to us on that one. I think we weren't the only one. So
we've kept up also. Jason Fulmore. If you guys haven't checked out, go check out the Southeast Wrestle YouTube. Check out his 6 minutes. It was definitely not 6 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long time.
We had a lot of fun. Argued a good little bit, and we just got to talk wrestling in the Southeast and specifically in North Carolina. Got to talk this dual team tournament, so go check that out. It was a lot of fun. So round 3 and 4, Union Pines kicked it off with Currituck, and wrestled extremely well.
They did. They looked lights out at that point. They ended up forfeiting out the last 2 weights. The last 2 weights there. Currituck definitely on the rise there. You look young as far as their roster.
God, the biggest one that stuck out to me was the Ethan Binkley at 152. Yeah. Won 20-13 over Houston Lee from Union Pines. That was a high score.
That's high score.
Binkley is exciting.
Yeah, I really like Binkley a lot. Him and Az Simpson from First Flight have gone back and forth the past couple weeks. exchanging falls. So that's definitely a interesting result for both ones. Wow. But yeah, Binkley's Brinkley, I really liked their 13-pounder Tolliver. But, man, Union Pines came through, punched it through, just as we both predicted on Jason Fulmore's 6 Minutes podcast that we were on.
So they won that one 42-39, a little bit closer than what I thought it would have been.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, I think too that Currituck matched up really well. Where Currituck had some really solid kids were kind of the spots where they could exploit Union Pines a little bit.
I agree. And then Union Pines wrapped it up against Orange, and they won that duel 49-24.
Yeah, Orange
commanded that one,
beating Croatan in a tight one on the other side, right? So, which I think you said it on the 6 Minutes podcast. You said that you thought this was going to be the tightest of all of the classifications. It ended up being right in there. We'll talk about the bandies comebacks later, but you were right. This was right in there as one of the closest ones, and I agreed with you. I went with upset, even though you made a really good case for Orange on the 6 Minute podcast. I think I just felt compelled to take Croatan there, but you were right, and Orange went on to face Union Pines, where Union Pines did the thing, and another tough one.
I mean, Union Pines is solid from the East. I think we all had a pretty good feeling that it was going to be them popping out of the East. Mm-hmm. They've had an impressive season, but now they get the prize.
Yes,
and the honor of wrestling. Really, I think, and it's one of those that I don't know if I want to make this complete argument yet or this claim just yet. I kind of want to wait until after Saturday to see how they do. But possibly the best dual team in North Carolina history in Fred T. Ford.
Yeah, they are really, really good. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go in history. I'm not that bold claim yet, but they...
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't like... I'm teetering, okay? I'm teetering on it. I need to see how they do Saturday.
To be honest, who has ever had a more impressive quarter semi, Elite Eight, Final Four round?
Not lose a single match that they wrestled in. They did forfeit.
They forfeited out against Ashe County.
Right, they forfeited 5 duels.
The last five. But that's the only points they gave up. They won every single individual match.
And one thing that's pretty cool about that is only one of those wins against Ashe County was not bonus.
Yeah, they were fighting for that bonus.
That was a tight one. Hunter Clark over Drew Rowland.
Mm-hmm, which both state-ranked guys.
Both state-ranked guys. Big match there. But Hunter Clark pitched, keeping the shutout going.
Yeah.
Wins it 3-0. But all the other ones, pins, major, tech, pin. Just dominant. And then you go and you look at their match against Eastern Guilford.
Which Eastern Guilford giving up a few weights here, that's tough to beat for, giving up some weights. But
giving them anything is very tough.
But if you look at the matches that were contested, you look again, fall, tech fall, major, fall.
Every win was by bonus.
Every win was by bonus. One major decision win by Dylan Smith, and he was at 15-1 major.
Yeah.
Which, that's one more point.
To get that tech.
Yeah. So it's really impressive what they're doing right now. It's wild. It's wild. So back to the point, right? Who's ever had a more impressive semi and quarter round where they didn't lose a single match? I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
it's tough to. I know the Parkland teams back in the 2000s.
They were solid. The 71st team.
Yes, the 71st
back
team.
In the early 2000s or late 90s teams. Or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
I know that there was a lot of good
Cary, Riverside, those guys. But I don't know if anybody's done that.
I don't know if anyone has done this. I don't know if anyone's been this dominant. Mm-hmm. I'm not completely there yet to make that bold claim.
They in it though. You're not wrong for kind of just.
I want to wait until Saturday.
Yeah,
I want to kind of put a feeler out there.
Yeah.
But I do think that is
they got one more to finish the job against Union Pines. Obviously, if Union Pines wins that.
Right, and Union Pines isn't a...
No, they're great. They're great. They wrestled earlier this year with Ford winning. Yeah. But honestly, what's ironic about that duel, that I remember about the duel, was Ford won, but Union Pines won all the big matchups. Right. Hunter Clark lost to Little McCafferty. Ada McCafferty beat Zane Burkett. There was another one, I think, that I was like, that was the big matchup of the duel.
I just want this to be known that right now, the highest amount of points that's been scored on them, besides Ashe County, where they forfeited out 5 duels, okay, is 16.
That's wild.
And that was Robbinsville.
Yeah. Whenever
Robbinsville took on Ford.
Yeah. Minus their 2 losses at Lake Norman duels.
Yes, right, yeah. Minus those. But at the same time, even like they went and put it online just like we talked about in the 6 Minute podcast.
Yeah,
with Fulmore was
he was singing their praises on the podcast and rightfully so.
The highest North Carolina team this year. All right, we'll put it like that. Sorry, we'll put it like that. Is that the highest North Carolina team that scored the most points scored against them was 16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 16 points.
Wild.
I mean, you look at these dual finals, and it's 71-12, 77-0, 77-0 again,
and Pinecrest tied
80-0.
So I went back and found this dual result about they wrestled at Lake Norman duels on the 4th. It was Ford 47, Union Pines 16, and kind of the dual rundown was Carter Floyd beat Jaden Crawford, big matchup there. So I misremembered that. Union Pines won all the big ones, but finished McCafferty over Hunter Clark and Ada McCafferty over Zane Burkett. But other than that, it's pretty dominant throughout for Ford. So that kind of brings us to it. I mean, we already made our predictions on the show before about who we thought was going to win the title. But now that the teams are set in the finals, which we were pretty spot on about who was going to make the finals. Now, I will say our Elite 8 picks kind of got blown up a little bit.
Ashe County there.
Ashe County.
Eastern
Guilford came to the party. But with that being said, who you got in the finals, right? Just to reiterate.
Ford all day.
Yeah, I'm going Ford too. I really like what Union Pines is doing. Obviously, they're turning out studs. Yeah. They're doing really well. I see it.
I think the Ford's the best team in the whole state this year.
Yeah, I think it's
dual team.
It ends up going similar. You know what I'm trying to say. It's trying to go like I apparently can't talk after all day of teaching, but it's going to be like the duel they already had, right? It's going to unfold just like that, but individual matchup wise, I'm excited for that McCafferty Burkett rematch. I really want to see that one. I would love to see the Little McCafferty Hunter Clark one again. Crawford Carter Floyd. You know me. I love me some of the individual matchups.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. But let's go to 2A. Let's talk about that Roll Your Boat Bandies team that you've been on from the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Day one, you were picking it.
They had a scrap yesterday.
It was
They had
wild.
a scrap. So they pulled out a win over West Lincoln, the comeback win.
Yeah.
Okay. The comeback win, 31-30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't get to see this one.
Yeah. It was.
But
you were still kind of out at this point. I was
still in surgery at this point.
Yeah. And I was texting our group message with Frank, and I was like, Bandies is in trouble. Bandies is in trouble.
West Lincoln came out hot.
They had
a major tech decision.
Yeah, they were. I mean, the first 5 weights, it was Bandies had 0. They didn't win a match.
Studs came to work, and they did what they had to do.
Yeah.
Okay. They did what they had to do. They got the win, and that's just kind of survive in advance, right?
They came all the way back.
Big props to Coach Butch Ross. West Lincoln always has them ready to scrap.
I know.
I mean, always.
I said that on the 6 Minutes podcast, and I was like, oh boy, West Lincoln's about to do it again.
Yeah.
And it's wild to me about this duel too. is how big Bandy's was down.
Yes.
And they came back enough to forfeit the last weight and still win the duel.
Yeah.
Which, that says something about that meat of their lineup from like 38 down to 220.
The big match from this one that stands out to me is that Luke Heavner the Chade Norman over Joey Levick's.
Yeah, Chade Norman, man, really
Chade
coming
Norman
on.
came on, yeah. So
good wrestling family.
Yes.
Really impressive.
So,
then
you think, I thought that the Bandy's West Lincoln was going to be the toughest duel.
I thought so too. And we incorrectly picked Newton-Con over Trinity, which Newton-Con over Trinity was a scrap too.
Trinity put the work on Newton-Con over, and really kind of came out of nowhere. But
yeah, I mean they've been really good all year long. We just haven't seen them against the
Trinity
top
goes
teams.
Back-to-back falls.
Yeah.
To start this duel. Mm-hmm. Okay? So Bandy's is right back in the thick of it, okay?
Oh yeah.
They go decision. Okay? Joey Levick's and Trey Story both pick up the wins. And then David Jacobson, the big guy we talked about on the 6 Minute podcast.
Yeah. Trinity's
Jason
leader.
Fulmore, picks up the fall.
Yep.
So they go fall. Okay? And then they go decision.
Yep. 21-6 at that point.
And then
I thought it was over. It was
tough.
I thought it was going to be over.
Tough. And then Trey Ballou comes out, gets the decision. Caleb Moore picks up the quick fall. Ian Moore, the Moore brothers,
coming big,
pin to pin, right there,
mm-hmm.
back to back. And then Hardister from Trinity picks up the decision.
Yep.
Right now we're going in 95. Zach Evans gets the fall.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then Austin Klein bumping up to 285 from 220, going up to the big boys, gets the fall.
Yep. He to me, he and Trey Ballou are the kind of two heroes of the duel.
The hero of this duel.
Yeah.
The hero.
Yeah. Yes.
Is Bryce Kirkland.
That's true as well.
I watched her.
He was watching live on their Facebook.
And I have never seen someone fight for their team as hard as she fought for Bandy's.
That's true.
She put Bandy's on her back.
Yeah, I forgot how hard she was fighting.
I'm telling you, she was on her back multiple times. Kept getting turned. Scoring it up being 10-2. Right? Mm-hmm. All Trinity takes top third period. Running bar arm, just going. And she wasn't going. I don't know how many times that I was sitting there going, her arm is about to rip off.
The thing about this is we knew going to the last match, and just like pretty much anybody, that, hey, if Trinity gets the pin, it's tied. So Rhett is texting me about what is occurring in the match.
Yeah.
And I am going through the duel and trying to figure out who is going to win on criteria if it happens.
And he's like 7 through.
I was like 7 on the 7th criteria at that point, I feel like. And you text me and tell me she did it. She fought it.
Yeah.
Fought incredibly off of her back. And so, yeah, I agree. I think Trey Ballou kind of got it started for him.
Yes.
Austin Klein comes up with biggest win. But hero of the duel, Bryce Kirkland. Fight for your team.
100% fight for your team. Fight for the culture there.
Yeah.
And
that's like a lot of coaches talk about.
She put the team on her back right there. So, okay, now let's go over to the East, though.
Yes, 2-8.
To a team that we definitely got called out.
Yeah.
By. Okay, rightfully so. From who are they? From who is this team? Who have they wrestled? How were they ranked?
Yes.
We questioned how they were ranked in the top 5.
We did.
And here they are wrestling for a state championship this Saturday. Bunn High School. Massive shout out to Coach Hakey out there.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Impressed.
Yes.
Yeah, after a little bit, we warmed up to them. We did pick them to win the East. We think they're the best team in the East. And they did the thing, right?
Yes.
I do want to shout out, on the other side of that quad, though, in the quarters, Bartlett Yancey.
Yes.
If there's a Cinderella story in all the duels, 1A through 4A, they're it.
Them in Ashe County.
Yeah. Ashe County, I feel like we knew they were pretty good. Now, would we have picked them to make the Elite Eight over who they beat? No.
Right.
Bartlett Yancey came out of nowhere, especially because they were giving up 2 weights. They gave up 2 weights and still beat number 2 seed Southwest Onslow to advance.
You're right.
So to me, that's wild that they were able to make the semis and with giving up 2 weights.
Yeah.
That you just don't see that. So they beat Southwest Onslow to meet Bunn, who took care of Washington pretty handily, 51-30, and they forfeited the last weight.
The biggest thing, so Bunn wrestled great, but the biggest thing that they've got to figure it out by Saturday.
Yeah.
If I had to say one thing, if Bunn's watching, you can't give up 6 against Bandies.
Nope.
You look at this team score against Bartlett Yancey,
especially,
and it's pin or be pin the whole duel.
Yeah, minus the 120 match
against Bartlett Yancey. It was all pins, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm on the Washington one.
On
Washington's it's the same. It's pinned or be pinned except for one match, 120.
Yep, where they got the win 7-1. You can't give up 6. You cannot give up 6 against Bandies.
Especially where Bandies is really good, which is in that middle of the lineup.
Yeah. And they end it with Klein up top. I mean, Bandies is solid. Yeah. That's just my only fear for Bunn going into it. They had a great Elite Eight, great semifinals wins. And super excited that they are here in the state finals.
Bunn versus Bandies.
Awesome. It's amazing. I mean, especially just beginning of the year, we're sitting here.
Giving them a hard time.
I remember the first rankings came out. Who are they? What is this win streak?
Who are they? I was pretty harsh, I'll be honest.
Yeah. And then they tag us in the pictures.
Oh, yeah.
They put the quotes up in the room. They go to work. They keep grinding all year. And here they are. Proved us wrong. They are a state finals team.
Now,
do they beat Bandies?
Well, before I throw it out there, because we already made our pick. We think Bandies can win. Row your boat, right? Row the boat.
Come on.
Row your boat. No,
it's not. It's row the boat.
No,
okay?
Row the boat.
Trojans.
My man Rhett here has been on it since day one, and it took me a while to warm up to it. But now I'm in on the Bandies train. I picked them at the start of the state duels. I'm not backing off now. They're gonna beat Bunn. I think that some of the individual matchups that were going to be fun here are the Bodie Kirkland, Brandon Davidson one. I think Kirkland's step above if we see him in the lineup. He was out of the lineup. And then I think also 170 with Demario Watkins, Ian Moore, one of the Moore brothers. I think those two are going to be the funnest individual matches. Quick stat. You know the last time a team from the East won a state title? 2011.
Wow.
I hadn't even started my teaching career yet. This is year 11 for me.
This is 2A or is everyone?
This is 2A. 2A. I should clarify. 2A. Last time a 2A East team won a state title in duels. In duels was 2011 by Croatan, and that was their second one in a row. They won in 2010, 2011, and Orange won the 2 years prior. And they battled for years there. And then since then, it's been West with a bunch of Newton Conover, West Lincoln in there, Ford in there. So 2A West just running through. So it's been a long time since we've seen an East team win.
Yeah.
I don't think that changes this year.
I don't think so.
Bandies is going to win.
I think they are.
They're really good top to bottom.
Yeah.
No holes.
And just the fact that I think the biggest thing for Bunn against Bandies is how many 6s Bunn gives up.
They got Bunn.
If they can mitigate that a little bit, if they can turn those 6s into 3s, they have shot.
Yeah.
They've shot.
We talked on 6 Minutes with Jason Fulmore about paths to victory, right? Like how can they win? Bunn's path to victory. Now I feel like it's very narrow, right? They have room for 0 error. But they have to mitigate bonus, where Bandies gets bonus most of the time. And then they're going to have to pull an upset. Yeah. And then the third thing they're going to have to do is capitalize on an opportunity. Right? They're going to have to win the ones that they are toss-ups. right?
Right.
And I just don't see all these things happening for them.
Yeah.
So 2A Bandies were both there on that one, right?
Let's go up to 1A.
Oh yeah, let's talk 1A, right?
You want to go with the east side or the west side first?
Let's start with the east. Let's start with the east.
All right. So in the east, URI Charter emerges.
Yes.
Knocks off Pamlico County.
Handily.
Handily.
They forfeited most of the last little bit.
Then knocks off Rosewood, which looked like a good little duel.
Yeah, 44-34. 34-44.
Rosewood pick up the fall at heavyweight, starting it off. And then Jason Kennedy getting the fall over Ethan Hines, which is a big win. TJ Rufino getting the fall. So 3 falls in a row to start it off for Rosewood, right? A lot of momentum going. Sebastian Blee, sorry if I messed that up, gets the major. Logan Torchel gets the fall.
Yeah, Rosewood in the driver's seat here, right?
MacArthur, yes. In the driver's seat, looking like they're going to pull away with this.
Yes. And then you are this is
my boy.
Yeah.
Aldo Hernandez says, not today. We're not going down without a fight.
Yeah, he pumped the brakes on
Pumps the brakes. We're taking the driver's seat. And UR Charter doesn't lose a match. Oh, sorry.
They lose.
They lose one.
145.
But they take full control.
Yeah.
Going fall. Fall at 132. Fall at 138. Lackey gets the fall. Giovanna Rivera from Rosewood. He gets the fall for against UR Charter for Rosewood. And then it goes Uloa?
Yeah, Eula. Sorry, we're probably messing your name up, but
gets the decision, and then a tech fall for Grayson Roberts, a pin for Doug Bowles, another pin for Jaden Maines, another pin for Aiden Carter, and another pin for Jaden Marion.
Yeah, so they closed it out with 4 straight falls and a tech before that.
Tech fall and 4 straight falls
to go up big, right?
To take the duel.
This duel couldn't have started in a better place.
Yeah.
For Rosewood. Like, this was the place. Like, this is where they needed the duel to go.
Yeah.
To get that momentum. And then UR Charter just snatched it right back.
Yeah.
It was a great duel. It's really not too far off from the score that I predicted, right? I said 42-24, right? It's not too far off of that. I will say there was a couple in there that were falls for Rosewood that I didn't predict to be falls for Rosewood, so that amped the score up a little bit. But Rosewood's right there. I mean, they could wrestle this one again and mitigate bonus, and hey, they could win the duel, right?
Right.
But needless to say, UR Charter does the thing like they've been doing all year long and heads to the state finals in Greensboro on Saturday.
Yeah. So now to the west side.
Yes, let's talk the west. Let's talk the west.
As we've talked about
a
already.
Lot, yeah.
Just like we talked about with Jason Fulmore. I'm going to have to eat some crow here. All right?
Yeah.
I picked my boys down at the Ville to take this win. I was all in, bet on black.
Yeah.
And Avery County came to scrap.
What a duel. Before we get there.
Yes.
Robbinsville absolutely crushed Swain.
Yes.
They forfeited a bunch of the way to the end. Swain County, young, you talked about, you were very complimentary of the program on the 6 Minutes podcast. So, Rhett and I both think they're on the rise and continue to build. And they're going to be a force to be reckoned with next year. I don't think it's long. They're going to be inserting themselves right into it. So they crushed. Avery did the same thing to Mount Airy.
Didn't lose a single duel.
No, didn't lose a match.
Except for the ones that they
forfeited out. They had some big individual wins. Grant Reese bumps up to 132 here. Right, he's been wrestling 126 a lot, and
takes on Alex
Cox, who's a state placer, and lays down a tech
17-1.
Woo! I'll tell you. And Kenneth Pritz, right? We're friends with his uncle. We've been behind him all year. He's proved it results-wise. Gets a tech fall 15 over Hope Paran, who
we'll talk about here later.
To state placer last year. So, and then this was the big one to me in this duel. It was the last one that was really contested. Tristan Adams beats state champ Franklin Bennett. So that could be a potential state final.
Yeah.
Panama from Robbinsville might be in there too with how tough he wrestled Adams. But man, Avery County won handily, and they won these big ones that were going to occur. And the one we didn't get was Connor Medvar versus Bradley Parker, 2 returning state champs.
But the match was already locked up for Avery.
And I don't blame him for forfeiting. The fan in me was like, I want to see it.
See, a lot of people, we've seen some people kind of give some teams a little bit of grief for some of these
forfeit outings.
Some of these forfeit outs. Look, if you're in state duels,
that's what you got to do.
Right, if we're in the regular season and you forfeit out, all right, come on, like wrestle, get your kids matches. Yeah. Let them wrestle, even if it's a tough match. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes you got to take a loss learn from it, right? You're in state duels. You're a team like you're Avery, and you got Robbinsville right there behind you, or you're Ford, or whoever it is, right? You're Avery, and you got Robbinsville next. Make sure your kids are healthy.
Yeah, you gotta make sure kids are healthy. You got travel time.
Yes,
cut down travel time, get to the next duel a little faster, and then you gotta get back.
Yeah, so don't blame you at all. Give your kids a little bit more time to recover. Well, don't have to put the bodies through wear and tear of a whole other duel, of a whole other match. Up to this Avery Robbinsville duel,
the duel of the night. I was watching. Shout out to, I've said it to her a couple times. I don't know if I've said it on air. Ivy Odom, in my opinion, is the best commentator in North Carolina.
Yeah,
right. She's better than both of us. She's better than anyone else I've heard on the mic.
She should have been on ESPN, not me.
She is fire on the mic. Her knowledge, the way she commentates is great. I really appreciate her commentary on the Robbinsville Avery duel. I was locked in to it. I was flipping off it every few minutes to check on the duel results that were going around. But what a duel! The crowd there was insane. Both sides, it was a fire duel. Yeah. It was cool.
So Robbinsville's mantra this year for the state duels: bet on black.
Mm-hmm.
Avery kind of countered and said, "We're all in."
Yeah, all in. And it's okay to bet on black as long as you bet on black and red. That's what I said too. I like that.
There's red in there.
Yeah.
Man.
All in on Avery, right?
So Alexis Panama comes in, gets the win over Cooper Foster.
Yeah. So I kind of was predicting Foster to win that one. I said it was a toss-up, right?
Big win right there.
Toss-up. Not surprised to see Panama win, but I think that win might put him in the driver's seat for individual title.
I think so. I think him going down 106 puts him in the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
The fall's here.
Yep, this is where the
sixes is what killed my boys from the Ville.
Yes.
And I don't want anybody to misunderstand this. I love Avery County.
Oh yeah, I love Robbinsville.
I wrestled against them all the way through high school. I love that program. I talk to them every tournament I see them at. They're always awesome. So it's never that we're rooting against somebody. It's just we made a pick, and sometimes we have some storylines going.
You got to make a pick.
I went with the Ville,
and I went with Avery.
Yep.
Right. So it's just the way it is sometimes.
So Ben Jordan gets the fall over Ainsley Fink.
Yep. That was huge.
Kenneth Pritz gets the fall over Logan Hyde.
That match was kind of crazy. Pritz was like dominating the match, 8-0, and all of a sudden they get in this weird scramble, and you could tell Pritz kind of looked uncomfortable in the upper body piece, and Hyde throws him to his back, and Pritz had to fight to get off his back. And then they get back to their feet, and Pritz is out, and all of a sudden there's a headlock on the edge, and Pritz is on his back again, and the Robbinsville crowd's going wild. Pritz was able to fight off, and then you can tell he kind of took a breath and settled out, and then he came back. Started plugging back away. He was still in the lead. Started plugging back away and got the fall of his own. But it was kind of a wild match. It was like Pritz dominating, Hyde coming back, Pritz selling back out.
Whew.
So it was a wild one.
You got Jaden now gets the major 15-1, almost gets the tech over Mason Bentley.
Which down at 126 is Jaden now, which is huge.
Big bump there.
Not to change it to the individual state tournament, but you could see now Logan Tortrell from Rosewood finals, state champ. That's huge. Seeing now come down
could be huge. And the Grant Reese gets the major over Avery Phillips from Robbinsville.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan Shell does Ethan Shell things. Gets the fall. Jonathan Cable does Jonathan Cable things. Right. Gets the fall over Luck Savage. Adams.
Yeah, this one was a tight one.
Adams over Panama 1-0.
Yeah, Panama. Panama wrestled really well.
Yeah.
Adams was having a hard time getting to his late tax against Panama. That's what I'll say there.
Bradley Parker gets the major over Jacob Hall, and then Seth Blackledge puts it away, locks it up for Avery gets the fall over Murphy.
And at
Shanahan
that point, it was 41-7.
Yep, at that point it's 41-7, and the duel was locked up. They forfeited before the best row right there.
Yeah, before they could even get a chance to get those studs. That was the thing I noticed too, is like where the duel started at 106.
Yeah.
And before they could even get to the Fink, Williams, Wachicha state champ trio, the duel was over.
Yeah.
So, and
one thing I do see interesting is that Wachicha's at 95 and Cage is at 2.
Yeah, I think that Rollins was thinking bonus potential was higher that way. Is what I was thinking. I think is what they're thinking.
I'm interested to see if they say that way for the state tournament.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Or if Cage stays at 95.
Because they did it in a Swain duel, and then at the conference tournament a few days later, they had flipped back. Okay. So I think we're going to see them flip back. I think they were thinking Williams has a better chance to bonus Vance, and Wacha has a better bonus to Holloman. And then the thing is if the duel starts at 106, Avery has one of the ultimate closers with Levi Andrews. Yeah, they really right? Do. So, and they didn't even have to use them.
No.
So Avery wins. We still think highly of Robsville. We'll talk individual state tournament at a later time, but they ain't going nowhere, right? They're still ready. They're fired up. They're going to go back, train, and be ready for regionals and states. This is why, though, I was saying Avery the whole time, is because mathematically it is just hard to see someone beating them. Even if Robbinsville would have held them to non-bonus going into that, they're still down big, right? And so holding all those studs to non-bonus is very tough.
So URA versus Avery. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in front of this one.
Yeah,
I'm all in. I'm all in. Okay, I learned my lesson this year for this one. I am going to say that Avery dominates in this state final. Some awesome matchups.
Yes.
That are going to go down. But I think that Avery runs away with it.
I've said from the beginning, since day one, it's not Avery winning or not. Yeah, it's not if Avery.
It's by how much.
It's by how much. And I stand by that. And this is why it's going to be really hard for UR Charter to hold off all of these studs. They're top to bottom, just have hammer after hammer. Now, we're going to get some fire individual matchups, though. With maybe previews of state finals, Grayson Roberts versus Bradley Parker. Yeah. Grayson Roberts, 2-time third. Bradley Parker, returning state champ. Now, Connor Medbar's in there, so Grayson Roberts is going to have to go through both of them for a state title. But that's a fire one. Doug Bowles versus Seth Blackledge. That one's going to be insane good, right? That one could be the state final. You're going to see possibly Grant Reese versus Aldo Hernandez. I think Grant Reese will go down to 26, but if he goes down to 26, like he has been, Jack MacArthur, Grant Reese.
Yeah.
Good one there, right? So really good matchups going down. Ethan Hines, Cooper Foster. I think Foster's going to be pretty heavy favorite in that one, but we're going to see some fun. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a great final. Now, let's wrap up the dual teams.
Yeah, let's finish this off with the 4A crew.
With 4A, yeah. So, we were both wrong.
Yeah, we
were both wrong.
We were just wrong on opposite ends, right?
Exactly.
I was wrong in the East. You were wrong in the West.
Yep. So, we're going to start off with the East again.
Yep.
Laney dominates. Just really showed how good they are. Cardinal Gibbons wrestled them really well. Liam Hickey gets the first win there, gets the fall for Cardinal Gibbons, and then Cotto gets the fall for Laney. Mark Samuel gets the major. Luke Kuntz gets the win over Jaden Harrison, which is a big win.
That's a big one there. Not surprising, but definitely a big result.
Tyler Tracy gets the win, which I thought that one was pretty big.
Yeah.
12-6 over Bonacor.
Yeah, Bonacor's great. So
Noah Thomas gets the win. Cole McGee over Tristan Cotto.
Mm-hmm.
Harshberger gets the fall over Schneider.
Yep.
Alex Hopper over Davis. And then where I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's smart dual-wise.
It's smart dual-wise, but they deprived us of the match I wanted.
You know me. I'm all about those individual matchups, and my heart went.
Yep, broke. It's smart for Cardinal Gibbons. Savoy knew.
Yeah,
bumping to 95. He did get the fall, so they canceled out the fall with Devin Bell getting the forfeit at 82. It's kind of those things that when you're looking at teams. When you're in the dual team, when you're in this tournament, you got to kind of look at yourself and go, all right, how do we beat these teams? Like, how do we? Yeah. And I know that a lot of teams, I know Laney's one of them. Is like, okay, well, how would we beat us? Right? Like, how would we bump away from us? How would we do this? How would we beat us? And right there, smart. Savoy knew instead of going down and I mean, I think Bell wins that.
Yes.
I think he wins that. I don't know if he gets 6 there. But I do think he definitely wins it. But Cardinal Gibbons kind of canceled it out there and kept it a little bit closer. Yeah. Gave themselves a shot. Just it's tough. Then Richardson getting the win.
And then Pollock.
Yeah. Pollock.
Locking the duel up.
Locking the duel.
Big win.
And then, forfeiting at 106 there. So, one that was really impressive, though.
Yeah.
It's from the other side.
Yeah.
Pinecrest Laney.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it all year.
A long time.
They finally get the duel back, right? Mm-hmm. Or they run it back. Yeah. Starts it out. Matt Rowland gets the fall.
Yeah. Started a good place for
Started it off well. But then, a tough thing to do against Laney is give them 6.
Yeah.
They forfeit 126. Mark Samuel gets the 6 there for the team. Then Riley Merchant gets the
big win
over Jaden Harrison, 10-4.
Momentum on
big win.
Yeah.
Right? I think he really needed 6 there.
Yeah.
I think they needed 6 to make up for that forfeit at 126. But anyway, Bonacore comes back, gets the fall over Kissinger. Noah Thomas gets the major. Kodo gets the decision. Jaden Dobeck over Harshberger from Laney.
With a
he
fall.
Gets the fall.
That was huge getting the fall there.
Huge.
Trying to get momentum coming back.
Trying to build it back.
And then Alex Hopper said no.
Yep. Alex Hopper said no. Devin Bell said no.
I feel like the Devin Bell fall over Rob Hyder because Rob Hyder's he's a state runner-up.
Yeah.
At 182.
That's a statement win.
That was the nail in the coffin. Yeah. That was the one I was like the duel's over.
Yeah. Duel's done there. Tristan Richardson gets the decision, and then they forfeit out.
Yeah. And
sorry. Laney forfeits at 220. They get the fall at heavyweight, and then
double forfeit.
Everybody knows duel's over.
Laney
tough for Pinecrest, but Laney came to scrap.
And they proved me wrong.
Yep.
They did. They proved me wrong. I
said all year, proved wrong.
6-minute podcast. I still picked Pinecrest. I really still feel that they match up against Laney really, really well.
Yeah.
Laney just kind of like Avery, mathematically, they got so many studs.
So many points on the board, man.
It's hard to see them losing.
It's so tough. But so Laney moves on.
Yep. And out of the West. Let's talk.
Out of the West now, a team that we have not given enough love to.
Yeah. Until recently.
Northwest Guilford beats up on Davie. Good little bit there, right?
Yeah. Davie couldn't have started in another place.
Davie couldn't have started in a worse place. Yeah. Not even able to get to Isaac Webb, Jack Jarvis, and Hunter Testa. They're absolute monsters. They're murderers right there. Didn't even get to see them wrestle.
Yeah, didn't even make it to get the momentum for those guys.
Abu gets the fall, and then Fry gets the fall for Davie, so that a little bit of momentum there. Then Goodbay gets the. Yeah. I think it's good. Probably Goodby. Goodby, right?
Yeah.
We'll go with Goodby there. Sorry if we're mispronouncing
that. Yeah, that one's tough. Goodby.
Over Bird, but then Pruden gets the fall.
Tight one between
Takedown and Price there, 6'5",
and
that's
then
really
Northwest
and then
Guilford.
It just goes,
This is the part of their lineup. This is their tough, really tough part of their lineup.
120 all the way to 152
with Pendergrass, Pepins, Gibson, Harger, Queen. That's
tech fall, decision fall, just puts it away and looked super impressive.
Yep.
And then matches up with Lake Norman. Exactly how I thought it would go that way.
Yep. Lake Norman with a good win over Hickory Ridge there.
Yes, Lake Norman with a good win over Hickory Ridge. So Lake Norman starts in a pretty good spot, right? They started off at 220, where they go, Carson Floyd gets the fall, and then Sakari gets the fall right behind him.
Yeah.
Right away in the driver's seat.
Pretty much, I don't think could have started at a better place.
Yeah, I don't think you could start a better place for Lake Norman right there.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Pruden comes back, gets the fall.
Yeah,
there were a lot of falls in this match.
It was back and forth,
which is crazy.
And forth.
Yeah,
it was
crazy.
Crazy.
For these two teams.
The updates we were getting was like this team's in the lead. This team's in the lead. This is wild.
And so that was a big shock for me. I did not see that coming out of these two teams. But Kyle Pruden gets the fall. Brett Foster gets the fall. Brett Foster's a really cool story.
Yeah.
I really hope that he keeps on with the.
He's really. I feel like.
He's only been back a few weeks.
Yeah, and he's in the weeks he's been back. I feel like it's just gotten better and better each week.
Yes, and had some stuff going on. Is back in the lineup and is wrestling
really
phenomenal.
well.
Is wrestling lights out. Make sure you watch this kid at Regional State Tournament.
Yeah,
definitely made a fan out of us.
Looking good.
Just really love watching you wrestle, Brett. Really loving following that path.
Could be a big factor for the individual state tournament.
Could be a massive
factor for
Lake Norman there. So, and then you got Eli Pendergrass gets the decision. So Garcia did a little bit of damage control there. Didn't get up major.
Yep.
Didn't give up major. Didn't give up 6. Big stuff right there. What you need.
Yep.
Then Dylan Pepin gets the fall over Noah Murray. Will Gibson gets the decision over.
Yep.
The Coves.
Yes, which that's a huge win in this duel for them.
Huge win.
The Coves is really good. So big win.
I didn't see that one coming. Eli Murray
Gibson's tough.
Getting the win over Harger.
Yep.
We think we all kind of
saw that. Too. Which
I don't know if we saw a fall. I didn't see a fall.
I saw a possible bonus, but I was thinking more major.
But this is exactly what you want. Like I wish I could have been there for this one.
This one I heard was hyped too.
I've heard this one was awesome to be at. I think 2 of the best teams in the state. I think this is an awesome duel. But man, JT Richards gets the fall. Then Colin Queen gets the decision.
Yep.
Dylan Pepin gets the fall. Woodleaf gets the fall. And then Keegan Bradley gets the fall.
And so at that point, it was 36-33.
Yeah.
Lake Norman going into the last match.
Yep.
And then
Denoris Abu from Northwest Guilford puts the team on his back.
Yep.
Says, you know what, boys? I feel like we just need to go to Greensboro and win and wrestle for a state title. we're not even worried about criteria here. I'm just gonna put the team on my back.
Let's just go fall.
We're gonna get the fall.
13 seconds too.
13 seconds. So I don't want to waste too much time. Takes it at Lake Norman. Northwest Guilford proves why we should have been paying attention.
Picking them to be the number 1 dual ranked team in the state, or 2 and 3 somewhere in there, right? Should have been.
Impressive, awesome run by Lake Norman. Again, it's one of those things I wasn't ever pulling against Northwest Guilford. It's just like we said, we make picks. I picked this one wrong.
Hey, it was tight. It was tight. It could have just as easily gone the other way.
Yeah.
But Northwest Guilford advances to Saturday's finals against Laney. How do you see it going, Rhett? Since we have a little different. If you remember correctly from our last episode, Rhett had Lake Norman Laney, and then originally picked Laney, and I kind of Jedi mind tricked him back into coming back into picking Lake Norman, and he did so. Who you got now?
After seeing Laney's result over Pinecrest, and after seeing how tight that was with Northwest Guilford and Lake Norman, I'm going to go Laney.
Okay. So I picked Northwest Guilford versus Pinecrest because I picked Pinecrest to beat Laney.
Yep.
I'm going to stick with my Northwest Guilford pick. I just really like.
There we go. We finally have one that
disagree.
We don't agree on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just think the middle of their lineup is really, really tough.
Yeah.
I think it matches up well with Laney. We'll see how
I
it
think
goes.
the upper weights for Laney is what.
And that lower section with Cotto and Harrison and
I think
Mike
Hopper.
Samuel.
I think Hopper and Bell.
Yeah, Hopper,
and
Bell,
Cotto and Samuel are going.
That's
to
big
be,
bonus points.
I think that's going to be the ones that put it away.
So we'll see.
But we're going to wrap up right there with the dual team.
Yes.
But now we're going to talk about the girls' state tournament
for the state duels.
Yes.
I'm planning on being there. Rhett's saying he's going. We'll see how his elbow feels when we get there.
It sounds like he's trying to talk me out of it, everybody. But,
I'm not trying to talk out of it. I'm just cautiously looking out for his health. He's adamant to go, but I want him to look out for him first. So we'll see. One or both of us will definitely be at the duels ready. And that's a good segue because the right before the state duels is
the girls' finals. We are kicking off the duels with the girls. They're going to go first and second and third and fourth. They're going to wrestle right before the dual team finals. Y'all, we've been preaching sanctioned NC wrestling.
Yeah.
Sanctioned NC wrestling. I talked about it on ESPN Plus while I was commentating for Campbell, and it's
time.
It's time.
Been time.
It's been time, right? It's been time. And it's time now for us to put our money where our mouth is and be there and support the girls. Be there for the finals, all right? We're already going to be there for the dual team finals. You're already going to be there.
Yeah.
What's a little more?
The doors open at 8. Wrestling's going to get kicked off.
There.
We'll be there. We'll be there for the girls.
Yes.
Gonna be giving them as much coverage as we can. Trying to put the little highlight videos together for them as well, just like we've been doing with the Rhett's been doing with the Grappler and Falcon Frenzy, etc. He's the mastermind behind that.
See how much movement I can do Saturday. We'll see. We'll see what I can do.
I might be the one moving. He's got a shout out to me when, but. We'll see how it goes. But the girls' finals are going to be hype. There's some really good matches. We're going to see some of the highest level girls we have. The top 3 girls in the state, in my mind, are in these brackets, and as they should be, right? This is the culmination of the girls' season.
Yep.
Great this year, too, by the way, to see so many girls' tournaments, right? They're at the Tiger, at Heritage had one recently.
Yeah.
Lake Norman had one or was going to have one. I can't remember.
North Henderson had
one.
North
Henderson, Falcon Frenzy had one. Grappler had one. I mean, they were everywhere. So that's awesome.
So big. Jolly Roger had one, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Jack Britt.
Yeah. And then one out east, we had a couple more. There's a bunch of them.
We just had one here recently.
Yeah.
But anyways, the point is, big props to all the programs and the coaches that put on girls tournaments this year. Gave them a spot to compete. So it's time.
And if you haven't checked out Jason Fulmore's preview guide, he put out a preview guide, kind of ran through the bracket a little bit, give you a little information. If you don't know the girls as well, you can read through and kind of pick out the top seeds and learn a little bit about them. So check that out. Always want to give him some love. Like I said, he works harder for wrestling in the Southeast than anyone. So I'll key up the brackets and kind of run it through, and then I'll let you kind of jump in. So we're going to start at the bottom. Weight is 100 pounds here. Lily Pendergrass is the top seed. She qualified for the boys' state tournament last year. Really impressive at the girls' state tournament last year as well. Has impressive win over the 2 seed at Okerman as well already this season. So she's obviously top notch, right? But for a 1, she's got a pretty tough path because Lillian Zapote from North Henderson. She performed 2 years ago at Super 32 really well. I like the way she is wrestling in general, just her style. And Gomez from Manio, shout out to Manio High School, another 252 school. Gomez was a boys state qualifier last year as well. So really tough matchup there. And then on the bottom, you have Jamie Hurl, who we saw in person wrestle Glennon Hansen and get the fall over her. Really kind of a weird match the way it unfolded, but Jamie Hurl's really tough from Mount Airy in that Mount Airy program that we talk a lot. And then we saw Kang from Freedom live and in person at the Grappler. She lost to Ansley Fink there in the finals, but her placing at Grappler Fall Classic is really impressive. And then Okerman as well, she's been great all year. So really, I think the 100 bracket's got a lot of studs coming through. What you thinking?
Whew. Really exciting one. I think that Lily takes this one. I think she's just. I think her time, Wrestle 106 for South Brunswick and the big wins that she's got this year really solidifies. I think she's going to take it. Yeah,
I think she is kind of the class of this weight. I think, like I already said, Zapote. I hope I'm saying Liliana's name correctly. Coach Oy, Coach Not, correct me if not. Coach Williams. They're going to have her ready, and she's going to make a run here.
Yeah.
So
going to 107, though.
Yeah.
This one gets really interesting here.
Talk about that top seed, Rhett.
We've got Ainsley Fink, who's an absolute hammer, absolute monster from the Ville, from Robbinsville. Also in this bracket, though, we've got Megan Rowland.
Yeah, probably the top freshman lady in state. We've
got Brianna Lewin.
Yep, she was a boys state qualifier last year. So you have two
Wake Forest
state qualifiers going at it in this potential semi there.
We've got Glennon Hansen.
Oh yeah,
from North
state
Henderson,
placer
right
last
down the road.
year. We both think she's really good. We watched her at the conference tournament Instagram video. We like the way she wrestles a lot.
Morgan Rapaski.
Yep, and look who she's got first round. Someone you already talked about on this episode.
I know. Bryce Kirkland. So I'm a big fan of Morgan's. We've watched her a lot this year. Been in the same tournaments. Really scrappy. Bryce Kirkland, though, she is a fighter.
Yeah. So Rapansky has a win over Kirkland already.
Yes.
But it's an injury default win.
Yes. So we're gonna have to see. My only question is, does Bryce wrestle double duty since she's wrestling in the duels here?
Yeah,
do they change anything for that? I mean, I wonder if
I
think how does that work?
I think she wrestles double duty if she makes it to the finals.
Yeah,
right. I think she just wrestles twice.
Okay,
I think
so. She'll wrestle Friday.
Yeah, I think
so. She'll wrestle Friday night.
My guess is that was Todd Odom's plan with Ainsley Fink.
Probably.
I mean, it's not two matches, and it's just wrestling the state duels. So
it's not, but also at the same time, just one thing we're looking at that is
that's a big deal.
Wrestling Monday, wrestling Wednesday, wrestling Friday, wrestling Saturday.
Yeah, that's tough. A lot of wrestling.
Anyways, yeah. So, but I mean, for me, my favorite matchups here are going to be Ainsley and Lewin.
Yep.
Loon. I'm excited to see that Megan Rowland Loon match as well. I think that's going to be big. But I think Ainsley wins another state title here.
I do. I remember last year Todd Odom put out a video of Jaden and Kyle, and a bunch of the teams came to support Ainsley at the girls finals, and they asked her how is she gonna do, and they're like pin through, and she pinned her way through. She's a scrapper. Her and Reagan Riddick, to clarify, are two of the hardest hand fighters at their weights. Period. Brawlers. Right, and I'm not talking about girl boy. I'm talking wrestlers. They hand fight hard. I think you're right. I think Fink runs through this. Even over Loon, I think, too, Megan Rowland is a dangerous quarter matchup there. As far as for Loon, and then I think Henson makes it out of the bottom. Yeah, or Hanson makes it out of the bottom. But I'm gonna go with upset special in round one with Kirkland over Rapansky. All right, stepping up to 114. So, at 114, you have Reagan Riddick. In my opinion, the pound-for-pound best girl in the state. Reagan Riddick.
First flight till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, first flight till the wheels fall off. I've known about Reagan since she was in 6th grade when she was training at OBX Elite. Just watching her results, seeing her results all over. People in the community let me know about this hammer is coming. And First Flight is the only school to have 2 girls qualify, and there's another girl coming up as Simpson's little sister, Skyla, and she is phenomenal. So watch out for her. So, but on her side of the bracket, she has Hope Horan from Mount Airy, who is a state placer. Now, I'm pretty sure this match has occurred. I think it occurred last year, and Reagan took care of business pretty handily. I mean, she wrestles everywhere. She was at Fargo. She's not afraid of anyone. She is the scrapper of scrappers. And then if you look at the bottom half of the bracket, you have Lizardi from Overhills. She's pretty tough. I think that the 2 seed from Mallard Creek, I'm going to mess this name up really bad, but Dahanje, I think those are really good. Jasmine Panama from UR Charter is a dark horse looking pick. Addison Vendigny from Cleveland, her brother, is really, really tough, and she's been really good as a freshman here. So any of those girls really, I feel like, could make it out of this bottom side of the bracket.
I just think it's insane that Reagan and Hope are on the same side.
Yeah, that's a hard one
for me.
Just because they're probably the 2 most credentials, right? But that's how it shakes out sometimes, and I don't think it matters. I think Reagan's going to run through this bracket.
Yeah.
That's just my feeling.
I think so.
I'm interested in the bottom side of the bracket just to kind of see. And I almost left her out. The Esquivel girl from Cherokee. We saw her live at the Grappler Fall. She was a classic, or not the Grappler Fall Classic, at the Asheville Grappler, Smoky Mountain Grapple. That's what I'm trying to say. And she was the MLW there, so she could come out of this bottom side. I think the bottom side is going to make mayhem. So I think you're with me, right? Reagan Riddick.
Yeah.
I
mean, her wrestling in Fargo, how well she did there.
Yeah, I know. It's just so close to AA. So close. One exchange right there. So then we'll go to 120. We got a freshman from Havelock. You're a big Havelock guy. Kennedy Brantley. She's top seed here. Leah Sias is the 4 seed. Ava Webb from Pinecrest is the 3, and at the 2, Sophia Farquhar from Corinth Holders, who has been all over the map. I'm pretty sure she's committed to Montreat, if I remember correctly. Hope I'm not misspeaking, but I thought I remember her committing there. Even though she's the 2 seed, I kind of think she's the favorite here.
Right.
Just based on what we've seen over the course of time of the past 2 years, right? So she's got some solid wins this year over Vendigny and Canada. So I think Farquhar is going to win this bracket and probably handily.
Yeah, I think so.
I do like Camila Brooks from Manio. She was really tough last year. She looks really improved this year. Just getting better.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. And they're solid. They are. It's just, I really do think that Farquhar is I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah, I know.
I think that she's definitely come out of the bottom here. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see Brantley. Brantley looks like she's been doing really well this year, and from that Havelock program. So, the homer in me a little bit wants the Havelock win there, but it's going to be a tall task. It's going to be a tall task to knock off Sophia. But moving up to 126.
Yeah, so 126, you got, in my opinion, the second best girl in North Carolina right now.
Yeah.
That is Brooke Zach. She was out at the beginning of the year. She was banged up. Now she's back in, looking good. Won the Heritage Tournament pretty handily. She's the 1 seed. I see her making the finals with little issues.
From the other side, though, I think we're going to see Mickey Allen.
Yeah, you read my mind.
Yes.
This is the final I'm most excited for.
Yeah.
Brooke Zach, someone I think really highly of, and Mickey Allen, who I actually recently on the big boards made her the number 2 behind Ainsley Fink. We've seen her a bunch this year,
yes,
and she continues to impress me with how good she is at getting to legs. And I think that's a dynamic thing.
The most recent time I've seen her, if she hits her blast double and drives through it, I don't think there's anyone in the state that stops it.
No, yeah,
I think she could take it to Brooke.
It's going to be
tough.
tough.
Get that win there. I really do. But she's got to get to her leg attacks, and she's got to get through them, right? A few times recently we've seen her get to those leg attacks,
stop moving her feet,
stop right away,
and it's caught her in trouble,
and just kind of almost been tentative. If she drive through those like we've seen her do, she's gonna be dangerous.
All right, so there's someone who could mess our Mickey Allen Brooksack final up, and it's Malia Daniels. She was runner-up last year at this weight to Aurora Eford, which Aurora Eford is not in these brackets. She was a 2-time state champ heading into this year to stay on pace. I'm not sure if she's injured, if she's not wrestling anymore, or moved. I'm not sure. From Parkwood, but Malia Daniels was a runner-up at this weight to her, so she could mess up this Mickey Allen Brooksack final that we're really excited about. She could easily beat Mickey, and it could be one of those matches. So, moving up to 132, I think the favorite for this weight is an 8 seed.
Yes, which is insane, but she has to be the favorite.
Yeah, that's in my mind, and I know why. She was seated lower, and I get it, but she's a Fargo AA.
Yes.
So Haley Misplay from Pine Forest, to me, is the favorite in this bracket. There's other ladies that could win this one. I mean, Dis Bennett from Dixon, and the 1 seed Brianna De Leon from Weddington.
Yeah.
Tough, but I'm going Haley Misplay.
I mean, and for me, that's strictly off of the
Fargo.
The Fargo AA.
You say you're Fargo AA, I mean, that holds a lot of weight.
Yes, it does. And just haven't seen a lot of losses this year from her. I'm going Haley Misplay here. She really impressed us last year, and I think that she rolls through it again this year.
Yeah, and then step it up to 138, because this is the way I want to talk about here. We got Alicia Early is the 1 seed.
Yep.
She's from Alexander Central. And then you have Marissa De La Cruz at the 4 from Parkwood, which Parkwood, man, they might have the best girls program in the state. They might win this team tournament. They just got some hammers there. And then the 3 seed, Mariah Carver, West Henderson. Pretty biased on that one. Her little brother's in my class right now.
Yeah.
Awesome kid. Shout out to her little brother.
Yeah.
And Mariah actually was in my wife's class when she was in elementary school. So really tied to that family. She's been tearing people up this year. She can get the fall. So
also the 2 seed, you got Ava Kefauver from East Henderson.
Yes.
Who has had a
Henderson County semi here. I see a Henderson County semi.
I think so.
And I know where I'm leaning. I'm going Mariah Carver.
I am as well.
I think she wins here.
Been in the room around her at All American Wrestling Club over at West Henderson a few times before the season's kicked off, and she's impressive. Mm-hmm. Really strong, really tough. Just wins gritty matches.
Yeah.
And I mean,
she could win this thing.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Is I might be a little biased, and we might both be here, but I really think that she could come out.
Yeah.
And win this.
I'm definitely biased when it comes. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Right. But looking at the statistics, like looking at the math, just like I did for the Avery Robbinsville duel, just like I have all year long for stuff. She can win this bracket, and I'll pick it. I'm going to pick her to win.
Yeah. I'm going to agree there. So, going to 145.
All right, let's step up 145. This weight is kind of a wide open weight. There's one girl who I think at the 4 seed is kind of, at the 4, she's kind of my personal favorite. It's Jamara Jackson. She's the only returning place winner at the weight after taking 3rd at 170. And now she is down here at 145. So I don't know. And then we got Nevaeh Banks from Lake Norman at the 3 seed, who Lake Norman, we know. Yeah. We know they bring in the hammers, right? So for me, those are kind of the 2. You can't leave out Susanna Piatek from Cleveland or Abigail Stillwell from Franklin, who is the 1 seed. So I think Jamar is going to blow this bracket up from the 4 and kind of advance through. But I think all the other girls are pretty tough. This is going to be a wide open, fun weight to watch.
Yeah, that one's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
152, the 1 seed Sydney Bell is a hammer from Purnell Sweet. She's been in and out of the big board that I have. She's only got 1 loss this year to Sudduth of Lake Norman, and they're actually going to meet in the semis. So that's going to be a really fire semi match on Friday night.
Yeah.
But we could see the bottom. The thing at the bottom is impressed me is if you look at who the grade level of the 2 and the 3 seeds, they're both 9. They're both 9 seeds. Or they're both 9th graders. They're both freshmen. So young talent at this weight with Sophia. I'm not going to be able to say her last name. Sophia. She's Ozanik, I think, maybe.
That's what I'm going to go with, Ozanik.
All right. And she's from Jack Britt. And then Germichael from Wake Forest. Both those girls could make the finals here.
Yeah.
And then 165, you have, to me, the number 3 best girl in the state right now. I'll have her ranked right behind Reagan Riddick in the big board in their class, the junior class, is Savannah Bramhall. She's a 2-time state champ. She's on pace for 4. She's another one that's wrestles everywhere. Just continues to wrestle everywhere. Been really impressive on the year. She's a heavy favorite here. But, in my opinion at least, and she pinned her way to the state title last year. But at the bottom of the 2 seed is Laura Thompson from Cleveland, who is also a returning state champ. So, and she was just as dominant as Bramhall was on her way to the title at 152 last year. So we get a state champ on state champ, which gets me fired up.
Yes.
So state champ versus state champ matchup.
It's gonna be big.
Can't wait to see that one. So 185 for the ladies. We got Elena Pollock from Laney, which we've talked about her brother and how big a win he had in the duels.
Yeah.
She has been impressive. We know she trains at the Port City Pirates. She's going to be ready to go. You got Victoria Shepard out of Jack Britt.
Yeah.
So she, but another reason to be excited. Pollock, a 9th grader. Victoria Shepard, sophomore, right? This is young talent we have.
Yeah.
Cynthia Smith out of Hickory Ridge here for the 3 seed, junior. And then Emma Warren from Inca, right?
Yeah.
You've been in the room with her. She's really tough. Did really well at Super 32 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So she's just a junior as well. So all underclassmen are the top 4 seeds at this weight. I kind of lean towards Warren because of that Super 32 performance that she had a couple of years ago. But Pollock from Laney is definitely right in there as well.
Ella Beam is a returning national champ.
That's true. I missed Ella Beam in the bracket.
Sorry, returning state champ.
Yep, and missed her
is ranked nationally. Is down at 185 from 195 this year.
Yep, okay.
I
missed her in this bracket.
185. And I agree with Jason Fulmer here. I don't really understand the seeding decision there, but is what it is. Returning state champ here. That's going to be an interesting semi between her and Emma Warren. I think the state champ comes from there.
Yeah, I missed her in this bracket initially running through, but oh boy, right?
I don't understand how she seeded that low.
Things happen.
Yes,
but yeah, Ella Beam, state champ. I'm going to just say she's the favorite here. That's going to be
returning state champ and nationally ranked.
Yeah, she's been everywhere, so that's a good one right there. Stepping up to our last weight, which is 235. We have Samantha Kidder from Hope County, which Hope County, shout out to them. They have a really strong girls program. You have Corey from Mallard Creek. McElman from Swansboro, from Swansboro, and you have Victoria Darden from RJ Reynolds. I'll be honest, I don't know as much about these girls at this weight. I do think, again, we see a lot of ninth graders in here, which is promising. Like, we're seeing more and more young ladies get in the...
Kidder's a returning placer. Mm-hmm. She finished 4th a year ago. But also Paredes here from, I think it's West Wilkes, finished 2nd last year at 195.
Yep.
So up to 235 last year. She lost to Beam in the finals last year. She's 3-7 on the year, but has looked really impressive this year. So I think we could see a Paredes and Kidder finals.
Yes.
Here, that's going to be my prediction there.
I'm gonna pick a dark horse out here. Sage Cook from Burns.
Okay.
Sage Cook from Burns. She's really tough. Her and Ella Beam.
Yeah.
Practice partners, I am sure. Man, I can't remember who she beat last year that was really good. She's definitely placed at big tournaments before as well. So I'm going to go Sage Cook from Burns wins this thing.
Nice. So that wraps it up. Mm-hmm. We cannot wait.
No, we can't. Super excited for
Saturday,
the girls' tournament.
We will be there. The girls.
They start Friday.
Yes.
Yep, in Winston-Salem at the Rise, right?
Yeah, right there in Bermuda Run, right outside of Winston-Salem at the Rise complex. And they're going to kick off the show on Saturday. They're going to kick off the dual team finals. So, really quick recap. I've got Ford. You've got Ford.
Yep.
We're both picking Bandies. We're both picking Avery. And then I'm going Laney, and you're going Northwest Guilford.
Correct.
All right. You guys heard it here. And we'll see you Saturday. Go check out chainwrestling.co. Also go check out Caroline Takedown Talk and follow our Patreon on there. Become a member of that. Become a Patreon for us. It helps us get to all these big tournaments. Helps us with travel costs, hotels, gas. And you're going to get some extra content that we both work hard on.
The people on our Patreon right now are the reason that we're able to get to the state tournament and stay. Instead of traveling as much. And
thank you for everyone on there.
See you all Saturday. Doors open at 8. If you see us, come say, hey, let's talk wrestling.
Be there, be loud.
Let's see you guys later.
See you.